we are now going to look at the CAB bonus. This is the customer acquisition bonus. That's what CAB stands for, customer acquisition bonus. And this is the money that the company pays us for finding their customers. This ranges from 100 to 670 euros, depending on whereabouts you are in the plan. Secondly, we will look at building a residual income, and thirdly, the earnings for the one-time purchases, and both of these pay up to 5.5%. So let's start with the customer acquisition bonus. We are finding customers that commit to a monthly gold purchase plan, GPP, in much the same way as people currently pay into a pension plan, for example. Our proposal, however, being a little more productive. This will be for any monthly amount from 50 euros to 500 euros. Now, there is some flexibility here from the company should you go on holiday or whatever. The system is very user-friendly. Now, the important part to understand is the fact that a 100 euro gold pay plan is equivalent to 100 points. We need to look at these points. They're going to become important. Now, the next slide. Here we go, where people get a little perplexed, but please don't. I'm going to explain it now. For the moment, we are ignoring the percentages that appear on the right of this chart and focus just on the euro figures on the left. You remember I told you earlier the CAB bonus was 100 to 670 euros, and here we see those figures. Imagine this chart as a ladder, and we are all going to start on the bottom rung as distributors. Your first customer at 100 euros gives you a total of 100 points. Your second customer gives you 200 points, and so you become the supervisor. At the next level, you're looking for 5 customers to give you 500 points, and you can see you would be on a bonus level of 280 euros as a bronze supervisor. This, of course, assuming that everyone is coming in at 100 euros a month, which isn't strictly true, because you will find some people will come in at less, some people will come in at more, but we need just an average figure to work on here. Now, let's work hard and get to the position of Gold Manager, seen at the top of this green section, where we are achieving 9,000 points per month. That's roughly 90 people on 100 euro plans. Now, remember, it's not only your work, but the joint sales in your group achieving these figures. As Gold Manager, you are earning 550 euros for your personal contracts. Positions that are green here have to qualify for these points 3 times in a year to retain that level. Now, let's look at the top of the ladder, Gold Director Elite. We need the stated qualifications every month at these yellow levels here at the top. You are earning 670 euros per pay plan contract, and you need 300 contracts and 1 Gold Director partner. Note this last important point. Every month, month in, month out, you earn 1/10 of your pay plan value in points only. Now, the actual payment received is calculated on the basis of 1,500 euro purchased and is paid pro rata. You are paid as each of your contracts pay in each month, okay? So for a 100 euro gold purchase plan, that will take 15 months to reach 1,500 euros. Your commission will be 1/15 of 100 paid per month. A 500 euro plan pays you 1,500 divided by 500, that is 1/3 of the commission monthly, and a 1,500 purchase pays you the full commission all at once. So let's look at this more visually now. Here we have a supervisor. This is someone who has found 3 partners, and they are each at 100 points per month. We can see that we are at a supervisor level because we have achieved 200 points, but actually not achieved the next level, which is bronze supervisor, which would be 500 points. So we are sitting and making progress towards bronze supervisor position, and our CAB bonus is 3 times 200, which equals 600. Let's now look at a bronze supervisor. Here we have someone who is on €280 for their personal work, and we have here 5 people each committing to €100 a month. Remember, you are also earning 10 points per month per pay plan forever, which is really significant. And here we have your business growing and you are silver director. You are earning €630 for your own personal contracts. So the first new customer here, you are on €630. Your silver manager, however, is at a level in the middle here of 510, and you are going to earn the differential between the level that you're at, 630, minus the 510. So you are effectively getting an override of €120 on that silver manager business. We also have a bronze manager in the business on €470. So your 630 minus the 470 gives you a €160 override on your bronze manager business. Commissions are paid on the total amount of new customers that have started gold purchase plans, and you will always be paid the difference between your position and your partner's position, and that extrapolates down and throughout your whole group. Next, we are going to look at the residual income. This is a hugely powerful way of building a true asset for yourself and your loved ones for the future. There will be a time in your future when your business grows totally spontaneously by itself and pays you month in, month out, whether you're working or lying on the beach somewhere. So let's look at this visual summary. You will see here that you get nothing on residual until you become a gold supervisor here in the green section, where you start on 2% and work all the way up to 5.5% as gold director elite. Now this begins when customers have purchased €1,500 worth of gold or more, and up until that point you're receiving the customer acquisition bonus. When a customer reaches €10,000, the commission on the first €1,500 is also paid out as well. So that's all good stuff. Let's look at this more visually. As a silver director, you are on 4.5% residual, and this works much the same as the CAB bonus in that we are earning the differentials. So for our new customer, we are earning the full 4.5% of monthly purchase. And the same with the silver supervisor, because they haven't yet hit the residual income. As a bronze manager, below you is earning 2.5%. You being on 4.5%, you are earning a 2% override of the total volume of your bronze manager. The residual income is locked to the level you are qualified for when the customer does their first purchase. So let's look at this one-time purchase as the final section. A customer can invest a lump sum of money at any time, anything from €400 or €500 up, and the points will be counted in the bonus plan as a factor of 10. So if somebody comes into your organization and exchanges €5,000 as a one-time payment for their gold, you are going to achieve 500 points for that. Let's look at this. Let's look at this visually again. Here we see that the one-time purchase bonus begins at the supervisor level on 0.5% and works at 1% as bronze supervisor, 1.5, and upwards to the full 5.5% as gold director elite. And again, we can look visually at an example. As a silver director, we're on 4.5%, and we are assuming here we have 2 clients that are each exchanging €100,000. And believe me, these large figures are actually going into the company as one-time purchases. We are assuming here that we have two clients exchanging 100,000 euros for their gold. And so on your first customer, your commission is 4.5%, and the points for that qualification are 100,000 divided by 10, so you're earning 10,000 points. The second customer is one of your gold managers people, and the gold manager is earning 3.5%, but you are earning an override of 4.5 minus 3.5, so you are earning 1% of that purchase, which is 1,000 euros, and the points that are achieved here are 10,000 points. So let's now move on to the two worldwide global bonus pools, KB Global Fund and KB Vision Pool. Okay, let's start looking at the KB Vision pools now, of which there are 8. And the money for these comes from every single month the company add up the total number of contracts throughout the world and allocate 95 euros from each contract to be shared in this breakdown across these 8 pools. So we can see here that we have one direct line in the first pool that has 5,000 points in it, and open line turnover means the total of the rest of your business excluding that one direct line. So if you had 1,000 points here, as well as your 5,000 in line 1, then you qualify for 1 share, 2,000 points, 2 shares, 3,000 points, 3, 4,000 points, 4, and 5,000 points open line with your 5,000. One direct line gives you 5 shares of pool 1. Moving on to pool 2, we are allocating 15 euros for this fund, and your one direct line now has to be up to 10,000 points. That's very approximately 100 people on 100 euro contracts, and 2,000 points open line turnover, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 10,000 points again qualifies you for that 5 shares in that particular pool. Now just notice that by the time you get to 6,000 points, you're getting 3 shares of pool 2, but you also qualify for 5 shares of pool 1, and those amounts are summed, they're added together. And moving on to pool 3, we're looking at 15 euros for this pool from every worldwide contract for this month, and we're looking at 20,000 points in one direct line and an open line turnover of 4,000 points, giving you 1 share, 8,000 2 shares, 12,000 3 shares, 16,000 4 shares, and 20,000 5 shares. And of course, in addition to pool 3, at that bottom level, you are also qualified for shares in pool 2 and shares in pool 1 as well. And again, pool 4, very similarly, we have 40,000 points in one line and open line turnover of 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40,000 points for your 5 shares, and also at that point you will have shares in pools 3, 2 and 1. And finally, the last pools that we see here are pool number 5. Here we're allocating 10 euros from each of the worldwide contracts, and to qualify you require 100,000 points in one line and 50,000 points in open line turnover. Pool 6, for pool 6 we have the President's Club, and we have 150,000 points in one line and open line turnover of 100,000 points. Now in October of 2010, it is my understanding that there were members that had qualified for the President's Club, but at that time nobody had gone as far as the Millionaire Club or the Pool 8 Millionaire Club. Pool 7, you need 500,000 points in one line, 250,000 points in a second leg, and here we see 100,000 points in a third leg. And finally, pool 8, 1,000,000 points in one leg, 500,000 points in the second leg, and 250,000 points in the third leg. Thank you very much for your time. You have actually achieved the hardest part in this business, getting your head around these pay plans.